Welcome back, folks, to PKN's live stream of interviews being conducted here at the AIP Australasian Packaging Conference 2025 and beyond. And we're recording mostly while everyone's in session. So if you're looking around going, hey, there's a lot less people than yesterday, it's because we learnt. And we're recording when there's not as much background noise. But these informative discussions are being brought to you by Ball and Doggett. And Lindy, what's the next chat about?
Well, the next chat is about a significant contributor to our industry and also some of the products that he's brought to market. Welcome, Michael Dossor from Result Group, Managing Director. You have had an awesome 24 hours, haven't you?
It's been a bit of a whirlwind, yeah. We're
Are your feet on the ground yet?
happy campers.
Yes.
For so many reasons.
So, well, let's talk about the first one. Last night at the PETA Awards, you received several awards for the Herma Inno Liner. Tell us about the product and tell us what makes it so fantastic for this market.
Okay, linerless labelling is a key product for the marketplace here. There's no doubt about it. The APCO hierarchy we've talked about before. Remove a component of packaging. We're removing the release liner, so number one. The unique thing about the product is that it's a silicon-free product as well. So we don't have any coatings on the outside of it. Last night, we won a couple of awards for the product, a labelling decoration award and a sustainability award. I'm still tired. I can't even get it out.
It was sustainability labelling category. Yeah.
So that for us is something that is extremely significant. It's the reason why we bought the product to this market, and we've worked so hard. We were lucky enough to have the customer that we were working with, Haynes. I think I mentioned last night, for those that don't know Haynes, that's their brands are Bonds, Burley, those sorts of things. So their warehouse distribution centre became a beta site for the first machines in this country, and some of them first country around the world. And we took some chocolates home, which was very, very exciting.
Very exciting. For those of you who want to read more about that Haynes case study, you'll be able to read it in the next issue of Packaging News, which is soon to be on your desks and on the website packagingnews.com.au. Now, Michael, very heartwarming moment for me because I've known you so long, or my entire time that I've been on PKN, was to see you receive the Industry Packaging Professional of the Year award last night for the significant contribution that you have made to the industry. You give back so much of your time. First of all, I know you were speechless last night. This is not the moment to be speechless.
I'll do my best.
Tell us how it came about that you were nominated and how you feel about it and what your feelings are about industry contribution. So those are three things.
Okay, let's break it down one at a time. And where do we start? Look, it's very, very humbling, and that's why I was lost for words. I don't know how the nomination came up still. I'm assuming some of the team members at Result had something to do with it, and I'll be forever grateful that they thought I was worthy enough to be nominated. Look, I'm not a big one for individual awards. It's not about that. I can't do what I do without a significant contribution and an amazing team of people that I work with. And I know everybody says that about the team that they work with, but it's very, very special. We've built something I'm extremely proud of, and so is everybody else there. So it was an award for everybody for a start. But to be surrounded by your industry peers and noticed, and it was very. I get a bit emotional thinking about it now.
To get that recognition, I think that's important. Nice. I think I know just from a personal point of view, I just received a text from someone who can't be here and just said, hey, thanks for doing these podcasts because I can't be there. My leg is broken. So, Paul, if you're listening, hi.
Yeah, look, I think I'm lucky that I work in an industry that I fell in love with when I was 17 years of age. I'm 54 now.
Young romance.
Yeah, let's talk about the love story. And I do, and I love what I do. To be able to give back, I had some amazing mentors when I first came into the industry, and people that took me under their wings and taught me work ethic as well as about the industry. And I've been able to work on the machinery and the materials side of packaging and, form what I call a packaging technology company now. So I love what I do every day, and I've also been able to to mentor some people within the business who are now working offshore, and it's very, very special. So to be able to give something back to the industry that's given me so much in the form of training, or in the form of exchange of knowledge, or in the form of trying to pull industry together. Deep collaboration is my favorite word at the moment, or words, not just collaboration, but really deeply collaborating. The challenges that we've got as an industry, we really have to come together. So yeah, I hope I'm answering your question.
Yeah, no, I think you certainly have. Your part of your contribution is also presenting at events as well to share your knowledge, and you have had a panel session here, which we first had at PKN Live, PKN and Print 21 Live, where you spoke about the smart packaging and special labeling rollout that you did for the Hungry Jacks campaign. Have you already had that session here?
Yeah, we had that yesterday. Intelligent packaging. What we tried to do at this conference was open it up to be a lot broader, using Hungry Jacks and also the Australian table grapes traceability pilot as some case studies. But we actually partnered with GS1 on this session as well. So we were trying to communicate the importance of standards and the demystification of traceability. What we've seen, it's an evolving space, and what we're seeing in the industry is people freaked out about it to a degree, or brand owners freaked out about it, thinking it's really complicated. We're trying to demystify that and decomplicate it and show them that a lot of the information for traceability is already within their business. They just need to harness and harvest that information to pull the story together. So that was a great session, and having more than just a half an hour spot, we had that hour and a half. We're actually able to do a deep dive and be really interactive with the packed room. We were a bit worried that we were going to have only a few bums on seats.
Oh, no, never worry about that. I think intelligent packaging and that smart track and trace is it's only just the beginning. It's only just the beginning.
And there's a lot of, very much so, and there's a lot of confusion in the marketplace about where people should go. I mean, obviously, those that are exporting in Asian markets, it's high on their agenda. But you've got a lot of work being done at a federal government level, at a state government level, and trying to pull all of that and pull all those stories together and unpack it and put it in some sort of order for the market was the approach that we took yesterday. And we got some positive comments, so hopefully we did a good job
I'm
of it.
sure you did well. Now, the other thing that's been eye-catching over here is that you have had on display a whole bunch of apples, and or a bowl full of apples, rather. Apples don't come in bunches, do they? And they have got a tattoo on them, let's call it. Explain what that's about.
So that's our latest innovation, something we've been working on for the last couple of years, a technology out of Germany from a company called EcoMark, which is natural branding. So it's using laser coding systems and vision all pulled together to actually identify fruit of whatever shape, size and variety it might be, vision that, send it to the laser, and use the laser to mark directly onto the skin of the product. And when we say mark, we're talking about etching the outermost cellular layer of the skin of the fruit. So we're not impacting any shelf life or quality of the fruit. We're not adding any inks to it. So the holy grail for us on that one is, can we get to a point where we can replace that pesky little fruit label?
Yeah, that little fruit label, it does not look good in the fruit bowl.
And as we dig deeper and we talk to government bodies around sustainability, where we talk to composting associations and looking at how industrial composting is evolving and all of those sorts of things, it's very high on the agenda. And even discussions with retailers, we're not going into any detail. The market is ready for that transition. So again, deep collaboration, bringing together the standards bodies, bringing together the retailers, bringing together the brand owners, and understanding the fresh produce is another layer.
Have you run any trials yet with a fresh produce producer?
Heaps.
Okay.
Heaps of trials. So we've been, the first system we brought out into Australia in tail end of last year. That machine has now been deployed in the region full time to be tested and trialled across a full season. I can't go into details because I'm under an NDA, but that machine is actually out in the marketplace. So what we're looking at is we've done all of the test work offline. So, okay, can we get it to work? Yes, we can. We did all of the lab work to be able to understand that we weren't impacting the fruit quality at all, or adding anything extra. So a lot of research with universities. And now we're at the point where we're saying, let's look at the seasonal variation that we get with that particular fruit, and is the technology able to stand up? It's looking very good so far and very exciting. So we brought a second machine into the country that is now in the result demonstration centre, and gone and bought a heap of fridges and containers and all those sorts of things, because we've got a lot of fresh produce coming in our doors at the minute.
Well, one of the things that you were commended for last night, Michael, was the amount of new innovative technology that you have brought to market here. So it's been great for me. I get to write a lot of stories, latest breaking news, releases. Keep up the good work is my message. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for your support, and thank you very much for that last comment. Very special. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Michael. Thank you, Lindy. And of course, thanks to everyone who's been tuning in to these PKN interviews being conducted at the AIP Conference 2025 and beyond. We'll be back shortly with another informative discussion that, as ever, is brought to you by our friends at Ball and Doggett. But for now, stay tuned. We'll be back.